Cool. We recording? Yes? All right, let's have some fun. Welcome to Tony Tone Barbecue. I'm Tony, and if you don't love barbecue chicken, you better check your pulse. You might actually be dead, because chicken is freaking delicious. So today what we're going to do, we're going to fire up my Oklahoma Joe's Charcoal Judge grill, and I'm going to go through the process of barbecuing some chicken. I'm going to go through all my steps and explain what it is that I do. And the reason I'm doing this is because I know chicken is like one of those basic barbecue things, and but honestly, it's one of the things a lot of people struggle with. Chicken can be temperamental. It's too easy to burn. It's too easy to undercook, and you get red inside the chicken. Nobody likes that. The kids just never want to eat chicken anymore after that. So I'm going to show you what I do to get the best outcome with chicken. And I might actually make this a series, because there's a lot of different ways I cook chicken, but the key to cooking really great barbecue chicken is understanding how to work with the fire that's out here, because you got a different changing environment all the time. It's a little bit different from being inside in the kitchen where everything's always the same and you've got your oven, you've got your stove, whatever. Out here, sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's windy, sometimes it's raining, sometimes it's beautiful like it is today. And the fire, for some reason, they always do something different. So I'm going to review what I do to work with all that and get the best outcome. All right, here we go. All right, let's get the Judge Charcoal Grill ready to go here. You get these grates out of the way. As always, we got a little leftover grease from the last cook, because that protects those cast iron grates from rusting. We're going to clean those up here a little bit. Now down in here, notice I still got some charcoal left over from the last cook. And if you've seen some of my videos before on how to take care of these things, after each cook, I shake out all the ashes, I clean out the ashtray, and any leftover coal like this is still totally good for the next cook. So I'm leaving that in here, and we're going to incorporate that into what we do next. We're going to be cooking with Kingsford charcoal today. All right, that's loaded up with some paper there. Dump in some charcoal. Gonna do a full chimney. All right, let's fire it up. All right, we're gonna have hot charcoal in about 15 minutes. All right, get this chicken prepped up while that fire over there is getting rolling. I just want to share with you real quick what I'm going to be seasoning this chicken with today, all right? So it's going to take about 15-20 minutes for that fire to go, and then I'm going to also need to clean up the grates and everything. So I got about 30 minutes worth of time to get this chicken seasoned up and let it soak in all the seasonings. So we're going to go with a really basic, simple seasoning today, because I like to encourage you to season your chicken or anything you cook with whatever you like the most, okay? So we're going to go with some fresh ground pepper. We're going to go with some garlic powder. We're going to go with some Lowry seasoned salt. I think this is a great combination for chicken. It works really well. It's a good base for any sauces or anything else you're going to put on. I also like to add a little heat, so I got in here some of my own special blend of it's pepper flake. It's chili d'arbol pepper flake. I might do a video in the future that show you how to make this, but it's good stuff. All right, but like I said, I like things spicy, so that's what I do. Now, today we're going to be working with chicken thighs, and I wanted to go with a chicken thigh because these things are fatty, all right? And one of the biggest problems you have with barbecuing chicken is flare up and then your chicken burning. And I'm going to show you an easy way to prevent that from happening. Now, how you season it, you know, a lot of people just like to lay it out and season it. I do that too sometimes, but when I'm working with small pieces of chicken like this, I usually like to put it in a big stainless steel bowl like this, and then just go ahead and add the seasonings to the bowl, mix it all up that way. That works really well for me. So let's go here. First of all, get some pepper in here. Ah, shit. Well, that happened. It's all right. You know, we can recover from this. I'm going to set this tool down over here. Okay, check this out. That's what I love about the way I like to do these videos, okay? Stuff happens. What just popped into here is peppercorns and salt. A whole lot of salt, but fortunately these are big crystals, so I think we can easily recover from this. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take each piece of chicken out. I'm going to go ahead and have to dirty up my clean hand, and I'm going to transfer each piece of chicken, after giving them a little dust off here, back into the tray from which they came, and we're going to be okay. See? No biggie. We can start over. Been using that grinder for a while. Whoever filled it last didn't put the lid back on right. Must have been Charlie. We'll blame Charlie. Charlotte's fault. Inside joke. All right, chicken's good. Good recovery, Mav. We're all right. Check that out. Worst case scenario, a couple of them might be a little extra salty, but I don't think so. No rehearsing here. This is the real deal. Okay, garlic powder. Let's add some garlic powder. There we go. And a little chili de arbol. Like I said, I like a little bit spicy. So there we go. Not too much though. All right. Now let's mix this up a little bit. Let's get a little seasoned salt on that. We don't want to do too much seasoned salt because we already got plenty of salt on there. There we go. And we can go ahead and add in a little bit more garlic powder. All right. Okay, looking good. Now we just got to wait for that grill to be ready. All right, this charcoal is good enough. We got red all the way about halfway through. Just a few on top still need to turn. We're just going to go ahead and throw this down now. And get that spread out. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to position this charcoal to be primarily on the right side of this Judge charcoal grill. And I'm going to leave the left side over here. It's going to be my little backup area here in case I need to move anything away from the fire. We're going to be cooking this chicken directly over these coals. These coals are putting out a lot of heat. So here's what we're going to do. First thing we're going to do, we need to clean these grates. So we're going to go ahead and drop these down. Just one notch like that. And we're going to get these grates back in place. Speaking of cleaning, I wonder how many people are going to be crap about not cleaning not washing that chicken. Don't wash your chicken. It's not necessary. All you're doing is spreading around bacteria. Anything that's on that chicken is going to get burnt off. This is hot. Don't worry. Here we go. I'm going to close this lid down now. I'm going to make sure that my vent on the side is wide open over here, so it's getting full airflow into the barbecue. And I'm going to open up my exhaust vent up top here to make sure we have full exhaust coming out, so that fire is going to run nice and hot. We're just going to close that down, and we're going to let those grates get nice and hot. Okay, it's only been about 3 minutes, and we're nice and hot inside. Let's go ahead and check this out. See, we got a grill here. All this leftover grease and barbecue sauce and everything from the last cook is just sizzling off real good here. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a little scraping and cleaning. When you're barbecuing, I kind of recommend wearing some jeans or some long pants because sometimes stuff goes flying. And that stuff is usually pretty hot. My beautiful camera woman over here just took a little piece of shrapnel. She's okay though, right? All right. Sorry, babe. All right, what we have right here is a beautiful picture because we got a grate that is really, really hot. So you don't got to worry about any type of bacteria or anything like that. Nothing's going to be able to survive that kind of heat. And you can see here, you've got that grease that's burning off from the last cook, which is great. That's been on there protecting this grate. So I'm going to do, well, you notice what I do here. I'm going to grab this one, pick it up. I'm going to slide the whole batch over. And that way those two that were over here on the cooler side, well, they're now directly over the hot side. That's how I rotate my grills to keep them nice and clean and healthy and well protected. I'm going to close this down and let it go for another couple minutes to finish really searing those suckers nice and hot. All right, temperature gauge right now is way up here about 400. I want to show you something right here. You've got where it says grill. Right now we're not grilling, we're barbecuing. So I'm going to make sure this temperature comes down to the barbecue range, which is going to be that 250 to 350 range. And let's go ahead and open this back up. And we're going to look at this grate here. It is now nice and hot, and we're going to go ahead and give it one more little scrub here on these two. Just one more on the whole thing for good measure. All right, everything's looking good here on the Oklahoma Joe's Judge Charcoal Grill. Oh, by the way, this is not a sponsored video or anything like that. But I tell you what, I do like to talk about stuff that I use. I have an Amazon page too. And I'll make sure to put links in the description of the videos, because a lot of the stuff that I use all the time, even the stuff that I like to drink, like this stuff here, I got the hop water. If I'm not drinking beer, I drink this because it's really good. I put this stuff like that on the Amazon page. So you can find links to these different things that I've actually used, tested myself, that actually work. I am not the type of guy that can sell stuff that I don't believe in, that I don't use. I've had plenty of companies approach me. Now notice I'm dropping this grate down to the last notch here. But as I was saying, I have had companies approach me and ask me to sell their stuff on my YouTube channel. I won't do it because I don't use it. There is some stuff that I wouldn't mind. I'm going to reach out to some companies and I might offer the opportunity to do a promo video for them because I actually use their stuff and like their stuff, and that's the only way I would do that. So trust me, I'm not going to sell you something that I don't actually use, have good experience with. What I want to show you right now is I dropped the fire grate all the way down to, well, you can go down one more notch. I'm going to leave it right there, okay? So there's a couple ways, there's a couple things you can do to prevent your chicken from burning. That's one of the biggest problems, burnt chicken. One is you need to create some distance between the fire and the chicken. I got that all the way down to the bottom. I'll show you how far it is, maybe, if I can finesse that through there. There we go. We've got about, oh, it's hot, about 9 inches. You saw that. 9 inches, 9 to 10 inches between the fire and where the chicken's going to be. So one thing you can do is you can make sure you've got plenty of distance between the chicken and the fire. That's burning really hot right now, so there's a couple other things. Now, another thing you could do is if you don't have the ability to create that much distance between your chicken and the fire, is you can put the chicken off to the side. Now today we're going to be doing directly over the coals, but you can easily put your chicken over here where you're not going to worry about it being directly over the fire. And what happens when it's over the fire is the fat drips off, and that fat will burn and catch on fire. And when that happens, that's how you get the flare-ups. And in this case, we want that fat to be dripping on the fire, so we're not going to flare up. The other thing you do is you keep the lid down and you control your airflow. And actually, I'm going to be closing down this stack right now to almost close because I need that temperature to come down a little bit. So doing this, what's going to happen, a couple things. It's going to keep that chicken, it's going to keep that temperature a little bit on the lower side. And I just reduced the intake to about 50%. It's going to keep that temperature on the lower side. It's going to keep that coal from burning super hot. So that way it's less likely to catch on fire. It's going to produce less heat. You're not going to overcook your chicken and burn your chicken. The other thing it's going to do is with this close like this, the smoke is going to build up inside the cooking chamber. And when there's too much smoke in there, it can't flare up. So if you're cooking like on a Weber kettle or something like that, that's going to be your most effective tool, is to kind of keep that air choke down, keep the lid down, and it'll just be full of smoke and you won't get the flames. Let's get that chicken on here. All right, it's time to get the chicken on the grill. Now, back to close here. Notice we're pretty hot here. We're close to 400 degrees, and that's okay. We're going to, I'm going to show you how to get that temperature to come down a little bit. Now, we're going to go ahead and arrange this chicken with the skin side up, and just going to start placing it here. You hear it sizzle. Sounds great. I don't mind if they're touching a little bit. I want you to pay attention to the different sizes. Some pieces are really thick and fat. Others are a little thinner and lighter. That's going to make a difference later on here, you'll see, because some pieces are going to cook faster than others. And I wish I could tell you that there's a very simple and easy way to know exactly how to cook chicken. What we're gonna do here, we're gonna be going about 20 minutes like this with that side down. We're probably gonna do another 20 minutes flipped over, and I'm going to be rearranging things based on how it looks, how it feels, and how it feels is a big part of barbecue. Like I said, the environment's different, and sometimes you got to feel your way in barbecuing. So you see here we got little flare-ups going on down there. Already that high heat is making that fat render and drip down into the fire, and that's what's causing those flare-ups. So we're going to prevent that chicken from really burning by just doing this. Close that lid, keep this thing here. Now I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to keep an eye on that gauge. It's going to go right back up there to 400, but it's going to start falling backwards a little bit too. I'm going to go ahead and choke down the airflow a little bit more there too. So that way we're going to keep that airflow a little bit on the restricted side, so that coal is going to cool off a little bit. And then I'm going to pay attention, because I don't want to leave it choked down for too long, because we can literally put that coal out by choking it down for too long. So I'm going to let it kind of rise up and then kind of slowly come back down. But for about the next 20 minutes, I'm going to leave this lid down before I even open it up and check it out. So we'll see how it looks in just a few. All right, what I want to show you right now, it is only been about 1 minute. And because I restricted this airflow down so much, it's even kind of trying to escape from other areas of the barbecue here. It hasn't gone above 350. So we're looking really good. See, it's a very effective way. And if I open this up, I guarantee you there's not going to be any flames or anything like that. So I'm going to show you what that looks like right now. See, big puff of smoke came out of there. No flames. It's looking really good. Normally I don't open it up like that, but I wanted to show you. So let's close that back down a little bit. Now, because that's really not climbing any higher, I'm going to go ahead and start opening up the airflow a little bit and letting some of that air flow out naturally where it's supposed to go. And I'm just going to kind of hang out here for a little bit. This is not going to be a long cook. We're talking like a 1 hour cooking process. It's pretty average for some chicken thighs or some like leg quarter, something like that. Even a whole chicken, if it's cut up, is going to be about an hour typically. And so I'm just going to let this, open it up just a little bit more. And we've got good airflow coming out of here. And I'm just going to kind of keep an eye on the gauge here, make sure it doesn't start creeping up too high, and we're looking good. All right. All right, quick update. We're 5 minutes into the cook, and we're still holding it just in that round the 340 range on that gauge up there. It hasn't crept up at all, so we're looking really good. I'm going to leave it like that. All right, we're at the 20-minute mark now, and I've made just a couple slight adjustments here. Temperature has kind of fallen down just a little bit, because that's normal, because the charcoal is going to start to burn away. So I've opened up the exhaust vent a little bit. I've opened up the intake vent all the way. So let's have a look and see how that chicken's looking. What I'm looking for, so I'm looking for color. So I like to use a spatula here to make sure nothing's sticking. And oh, look at that. Come on, really? Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that color. That is exactly what I'm looking for. So that was 20 minutes, okay? So remember that. Remember, like I said, it's more of an art, okay? It's hard to say exactly how much time you're going to need, but 20 minutes is a good benchmark. Anytime I've cooked chicken, it's a really good benchmark to shoot for. Look at all these pieces. I love this color. By the way, I got to say thank you so much to all you subscribers, everybody that's hit that like button, everybody that's hit the notification bell, and you know what? I even learned there's like a thing called a super like now, where if you really want to support my channel, there's a few things you can do. I mean, you could actually pay me. That'd be freaking awesome. That'd be a little crazy. By hitting that super like button, you can throw a couple bucks my way. Every little dollar helps. Another thing you can do is you can hit the like button, you can share, you can comment. Please, I love your comments and your questions. See this one? This one's a little bit small, and it's looking a little extra dark. It looks really beautiful, actually. So I'm going to put it over here in the cooler zone. Notice these ones over here. This one right here, this one was over here, and it's a little bit lighter than the other ones because it was in a cooler area. You got to pay attention to stuff like that. Back to what I was saying. If you really want to support my channel, subscribe, like, share it. Please share my videos with your friends, and ask lots of questions, okay? I really want to know what you want to see me cook, and what your questions are, and what I can help with, okay? That really helps a lot. And then, of course, you can visit my Amazon page and look for the things that I use, like this stainless steel table that I got over here. That thing actually was very, very reasonable, very affordable, and it's an awesome tool for my backyard. I don't got to worry about it falling apart and getting rusty or anything like that. See a little flare up down there? Okay, so what I've done here, I've arranged these in a way that I think is going to help promote nice, even cooking, so all these come out looking really good and done in about the same time. I got skin side down now. I'm going to close this lid, and I'm probably going to give it about 10-15 minutes before I open up the lid again. And they're not going to be ready to flip at that point, but I might want to throw a little barbecue sauce in some of these, because I like to do that first before flipping it, so it has time to kind of thicken up a little bit from the heat. So we're going to close this lid right now before it flares up anymore, and we're going to be back in just a few. All right, it's been about 10 minutes. Temperature's looking good. We got good flow here. Everything's looking nice. Let's have a look at this chicken. Oh yeah, sizzling. It's looking good. Now, to make sure that this chicken is done, we are going to be taking its temperature, but I can tell by looking at it. Okay, I see a lot of sizzle going on here. I see some nice clear juices coming through. That means this chicken is getting really close to being done. I'm going to be a little bit concerned about some of the thicker pieces. I'm going to want to make sure they're looking good, but it's not time to flip anything over yet. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that little thin one there, move it over to the cooler zone. Same thing with this one here too. I don't want this thing overcooking. I'm going to leave these guys right here. I'm going to add a little sauce to what we going on here. See right here, I still have a bit of pink juice. That means I still got a little bit of cooking to do. So I'm going to do a switcheroo. I'm going to put this over here right in the middle where it's going to get a little extra heat. All right, so now these ones, I'm going to sauce up a little. So what I got prepared over here, I got me a little barbecue sauce mix up. Now, I'm going to promote a couple products because I love them. This is my favorite barbecue sauce you can buy at the store. And I like talking about stuff that you can buy at your local grocery store. This is a Jack Daniel's barbecue sauce. It's a little bit harder to find, but I do find it at the regular grocery stores. It's really great. And this stuff is the Dave's Gourmet. I usually get the Insanity sauce. This is the Carolina Reaper hot sauce. Stuff is freaking powerful. You add a couple of drips of this into this barbecue sauce, you get a little concoction like this, a little extra fresh ground pepper in there, makes for some amazing, spicy, delicious chicken. So let's go ahead and get some of this on this chicken over here. Just gonna go ahead and slap that down here. I'm doing this now before I flip the chicken, because I want this to kind of thicken up a little bit from the heat and the smoke that's rising from below. And then when we flip it, we'll go ahead and coat the other side. Now the chicken over here on the left, I'm going to leave that uncoated. There's not going to be any sauce going on that, so you can see how that comes out looking. Plus, I know one of the members of my household, she is not keen on the heat, so those will be for her. All right, look at that. Beautiful. All right, we're going to leave that just like that, and come back here in probably another 5 minutes or so. All right, it's been a few minutes, plenty of time. Let's have a look at that chicken. It's looking good. Now, we're kind of reaching the point where you really got to start feeling things out for yourself and seeing what you want to do. All right, it's time to go ahead and flip this and let that sauce actually get some direct heat from down below. There we go. Look at that, nice grill marks going on there. Just getting some good char going, but not too much. Come on, there we go. Okay, let's flip these ones also. These are looking great. I'd like to see this one darken up a little more. So I'm gonna put this right over here. This one too, right there. This one's looking nice. I'm gonna leave that one way over there. This one's looking good too. It's looking nice, nice. And this one right there. There we go. All right. Let's get some sauce over here on these guys up top. All right, you really got to feel your way around now and start watching for chicken pieces that are starting to get a little too black, and know when to pull those over. I'm feeling like these are probably at temperature. You're looking for that range right around 165 to 175. So we'll go ahead and stick these with a probe here in a minute. But for now, we're just going to go and sauce these up. Let that soak on there a little bit. Get this lid back down. Nice. All right, let's, yeah, we're looking good there. All right, lid down. All right, we should be about done here. Let's go ahead and check some temps and see how we're looking. Let's try this fatty guy right here. And, oh yeah, look at that, 175. Beautiful. How about over here? 180. And it's really, remember, when you're poking chicken, you got to poke around a little bit because it's kind of, the temperatures are going to bounce all over the place because of the proximity you get close to the skin. It's really hard to get a good reading on a piece of chicken that's directly over the fire. Let's check this one right here. Oh yeah, we're fine there. A little deeper over here. Good. Yeah. How about this guy right here? Oh yeah, we're totally good. Oh yeah, we're good. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and get some of these over here away from the fire. And these guys, let's see, do we want to let that slit up? So one thing you can do if you want to make that sauce just burn on there a little bit more is give them one more flip and let that fire kind of dry that up a little bit more. Maybe throw on a little bit more sauce on the backside if you want. That's what we're going to do right now. But these are done. They're good. All right. Ooh, that sun is intense. Looking nice. Beautiful. I like the look of that. Let's go ahead and get these off the grill. All right. All right, let's check out this chicken and see what we got. Okay, let's grab this piece right here. Take that one. And you know, let's grab this piece over here too. I'm going to make a mess out of this chicken right now. And let's go ahead and cut into it. I like the sound of that crunch. Get that meat inside there. That looks really good. Let's turn this around, hit this side here. Oh yeah. Look at that. That meat is perfectly cooked. It's looking really good there. All dark meat. Don't see any red juice. Got the normal cooked stuff inside there. But this is some really good looking chicken. Ah. All right. Let's go ahead and take a little bite. I like that. I want to get a piece of the skin. Let me get this little bite right here. That's a nice looking bite. See that? That crunch. The skin's the best part. That is so good. Okay. I'm excited about this. I'm excited about this barbecue sauced up chicken here. That spicy Jack Daniels. Let's have a look inside there. Look at that. That is some perfectly cooked chicken. That is gorgeous. Oh man, now, sorry, but I need to get another bite in because that is going to be good. It's juicy, delicious. It smells great. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Oh my gosh, that is good. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Let me carve into that a little bit more here so you can see more. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. That is a good, delicious, juicy piece of chicken. Let's go ahead and take another little piece here. Mm. Oh yeah. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. All right. Mm. All right, my friends, that's how you get it done. All right, that's some damn good chicken. So, like I said, wow, probably the most important thing when it comes to cooking chicken, just make sure you don't burn it. And of course, make sure it's cooked well enough. You're looking for that temperature of at least 165 to 175. It's really hard. Let me remind you, it's really hard to check the temperature what's on the grill like that because you're checking temperature directly over that heat. So at the very least, make sure it's above 165. Okay, it's not going to end up dry if you just don't leave it on there for too long. You can tell by the way it looks on the outside if it starts getting too black. This looks beautiful. That's delicious. Mm. Mm-hmm. I'm eating all of this. So that's how you do it. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions, comments, I really appreciate that. Go ahead and get on there and do that. Check the description section of my video, and you'll find a link to the Amazon site. And please, yeah, let me know what you think. Love to hear from you. Thank you so much for being here, and take care.